All right, I'm going to do some carp fishing this afternoon, and I'm trying something a little different. I've got my new tiger nut rig, and I've caught a couple of carp with it, and I've missed, catching some carp because they wouldn't bite it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one of y'all's advice and put some of my pack bait over the normal egg sinker, hoping that it works as an attractant to carp. Hopefully it will stay on it. If this doesn't work, I do have my method leads too. And with something like this, I'm going to leave the hook floating because the cork in the tiger nut will make it float up. So hopefully the carp or catfish or whatever will stop feeding on the dough bait and eat the nut. It stayed on for the cast. And I got my little stand here in mud. And my bite alarms, they're dead. I haven't got any batteries for them yet. So hopefully I'll be able to hear the bait runner when the fish takes the bait. And because this is in the mud right here, I'm just going to use 2 rods. I pack a little more on this one. There we go. Oh, nope. Maybe I need a smaller piece. All right, let's see if I can cast this one out. Cool. All right, I guess I'm going to show you guys the tiger nuts. This is a European method for, catching carp. And it's Pineapple Supreme Legend Tiger Nut. I think these are actually edible. Probably not in this sauce, but you can buy them to eat. But they also make really good carp bait. And what I do, I drill a hole in it, I put a cork in it, and put it on the hair rig. I've talked about it in past with some of my past, carp videos. And maybe I'll show you how I put it together later on this video if I actually catch a fish. Wish me luck, hope I catch something. There we go. Got something. Cool. So my plan worked. Now we get to find out, is this a catfish or is it a carp? You're swimming the wrong way. Right into the weeds. Looks like I'm going to be getting muddy laying this guy. And I did not bring a net. carp. I do not know if catfish would eat these tiger nuts. If you've caught a catfish with tiger nuts, leave a comment below. I'm sure a few of you are going to leave a comment because I don't have a net. And that's my fault, because I forgot. I'm going to land them in this grass here. And see if I can get them. Go. Nice, easy unhooking. I'll just zoom in to show you guys the carp. Cool. It's a pretty one. Has some golden fins on it. There he goes. Success. I can use my tiger nut again. Uh-oh. Maybe. There we go. I'm quite sure this was wiped out by the time the carp hit it, the dough bait, because it got hit a couple of times, and well, I didn't record those hits. I am quite sure the dough bait did attract it to the hook. All right, I dipped the tiger nut back in the pineapple sauce, and I've got more dough bait on here. And I tell you what, I think I'd rather have a spring or a method lead or something than to just pack it over the sinker. At least it does work, as long as I gently cast it out there. I am in the United States, so I'm kind of doing a European style carp fishing in the United States. Although I don't have a net, I don't have a landing mat, my batteries are dead on my bridle arms, and I'm using egg sinkers as the sinkers on here instead of those crazy like sinker dropping contraptions they use. I did buy some and I didn't like them. And that is why my carp rig is kind of a hybrid rig. Show it to you guys on this third rod and reel. By the way, this is an Akuma Avenger carp rod. And the reels I have on here are my CBF 40 or 4000 size Seamar bait runners. This is the old version, and they've got a newer version that has a little bit better internals and a little bit more bling bling to it. Now I've got egg sinker. This is 30-pound main line, which is braid. A bead just to protect the swivel, I guess, the knot swivel. This is a pre-made Corda hair rig. Hair rig means it's got this extra line on it to hold something like fake corn, or this in this case is really old tiger nut. And just a small J-hook. J-hooks work really well for carp. Their mouths are different than on a catfish. And basically, I drill a hole in the tiger nut, and then using a baiting needle through the cork and the tiger nut, I put the line through it, and then there's this little tip that goes through the loop, and it holds it all together. It's reusable a few times, except for when you leave it in the garage to dry up like that one. There's a lot of fish here. I think there's actually some bass in the area, because I see things chasing minnows and stuff everywhere. And some of the bass are pretty good sized. Makes me wish I brought a smaller rod and reel to throw like a rooster tail to see if I could get a largemouth bass or something. But I'm fine with carp fishing for now. And I'm not skunked. Hopefully I got that on camera and may have saw the rod tip bouncing. I'm wondering if that's just something eating the dough bait off the sinker and pulling the line a little bit. I think I got a bite on the right one too, because the line was like out to the side, but now it's straight. So something may have pulled on it too. Would be cool to get more than one fish here. Most of the time I'm only getting one carp when I carp fish here. Now I have something weird going on. The one on the right. The line is, I don't know what it's doing. It's like it's not pulling hard enough to pull the bait runner, but there's something there. I'm gonna reel down. Nothing. I am guessing it is, a minnow, maybe shad. Could be, creek chubs. I still have my tiger nut. I think I'm gonna just put this out here as is without tack bait. I am running out of light, and I'm not going to stay after dark. So I'm just, give this 30 more minutes and then call it. So much easier to cast when I don't have the dough bait on it. I probably could have dunked it in the pineapple juice. And I'm going to leave it for now. Maybe catch something before it gets too dark. The minnows have been doing that like all evening, getting chased by something. And I think there's bigger bass further out there chasing bigger bait. Okay, it's just about getting too dark to film. Although this camera does pick up this darkness really well. I mean, what you're seeing right now is not as dark as what it really is. Now, I do have to admit that it has been so hot. That's one of the reasons why I haven't really been doing too many fishing videos. I've had guided trips almost every weekend. But after the guided trip, it's like 90 degrees or 100 degrees out. And, I end up doing other videos that are not fishing related. Now, this heat wave has broke for today and maybe tomorrow. And then it's supposed to come back again and be 90 to 100 degrees. Now, if I do have a break in the morning from a guided trip where, someone hasn't booked, I'll do a video for you guys. However, I'd rather fish in freezing weather than 100-degree weather, and I think some of you probably agree with me. Thankfully, I do have a few non-fishing videos planned, and they may end up as a Thursday video. One of them that I have planned is going to be really, really unique. So I would ask during this chaotic time on my YouTube channel to support me. Either subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, or simply hit that thumbs up to show the Google algorithm that even carp fishing in the United States is worth watching. And hit the thumbs up on the non-fishing videos. Now I really do wish I had brought another rod and reel like I said earlier. There's bass everywhere, and I've seen some pretty good hits. I'm talking there's probably maybe a 4 or 5 pound bass that's just kind of swimming around, maybe more than one. I've seen some babies. I'm quite sure those are baby bass that I showed you earlier that's, pushing them up on the bank. But I am hearing, good splashes here and there. So there's some nice largemouth back here. There wouldn't be any smallmouth. This is really hot water. This is probably 80-degree water. This is bath water. And smallmouth, to my understanding, they don't like water like this. So I'm 99% sure that these are largemouth bass. Now for the carp, they're always kind of really spread out here, and sometimes not even in the area. And that's because this is all shallow flats, and it is frequented by bow hunters, the ones who shoot carp with bows. Bow fishing for carp is a really big thing around here, and it's one of the reasons why I haven't caught a trophy-sized carp yet. I've been trying, and I've seen some every now and then, but I've yet to get one on rod and reel. That's not going to keep me from not trying. I will continue to try. I might have to try, different areas where these, bow fishermen are not going. Like going up the river to trout territory, where I don't think bow fishermen go, but who knows, maybe they do. I know I've seen a lot of big carp up there chasing other types of fish that are not trout. Now, as always, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to actually watch my video. I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully this heat wave will break soon, and I'll be able to bring you guys more catfishing videos on the water when it's really easy to film. That's another reason why I try not to film late at night or early morning, because it really doesn't come out that well on the camera, as you can see right now. So it's always better to film in the daylight. And right now, in the daylight, is super hot, at least upcoming in the next couple of days. Now I'm going to reel these in and head home. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you next time.